Hello, 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 hello. Let's talk about public charge. Who is out there with me? Who is out there today? It's Monday. Friends, if you're commuting home from work, it is after 5 here Eastern time. If you're commuting, tune in, and go ahead and share this video with your feed because we're going to talk about public charge. Public charge, it's back so soon. Friends, on Friday, I did a Facebook Live, and during that discussion, I said at the very end of that video that I'm going to do a video about public charge, right? Because it is so hot and you guys have been asking me for an update. Now, I didn't think that come Monday, I would be before you again with a huge announcement that the government issued today. So let's get going. Share this with your feed. Thank you guys for chiming in. For those of you who are with me, go ahead and give me some hearts. Tell me where you're watching me from. And let's just talk about public charge. Also, this video will be uploaded shortly thereafter to YouTube on McBean Immigration TV. So for those of you who have not yet subscribed to McBean Immigration TV, go ahead and subscribe today. Also, get on my email list, friends. Get on my email list because I'm going to be providing more tips about this very issue as I dive a little deeper into it over the next few weeks. There's a lot to this. There's a lot to unpack. So get on my email list so that you can get some of my tips on how to even overcome the grounds of inadmissibility based on public charge. So the link to my email address, my email list, I should say, is in this Facebook post. And yeah, so go ahead and sign up for my email list. And friends, let's get going. We all have a lot to do. I hope you guys had a terrific weekend and that you did something fun with someone that you love. Now let's talk about public charge. First thing I want to say about this issue is that I'm only going to tell you about what I know. There's so much to this. Friends, the government issued a rule, a final rule today that is 837 pages long. There is no way anyone knows fully about this issue as of today. Really, it just came out and it's 837 pages. So I'm only going to share with you what I know so far about this issue. And like I said, as I dive deeper into it, I will be sharing some tips and some more information to my email subscribers, my email list. So go ahead and subscribe today. Now, what is this? So public charge, as you guys know, you've been following the issue. You've been following some of my videos about this issue. I did a video about this last August, and I had to disable comments, friends. I had to disable comments on YouTube because this issue of public welfare, public benefits, benefits being accessed by immigrants is so hot. There were so many awful comments by those who are anti-immigration. And so I had to disable comments. And if things get ugly with this video in terms of comments, I'll have to shut down comments as well. So my job here is just to report to you what I've learned thus far. And what I'm going to be referring to primarily is the announcement that USCIS issued today. Now, the other thing before I get into their announcement is that you should know that the government is denying more and more people for the green card, or what we call the immigrant visa. They're denying folks the green card on this ground, on the ground of public charge, because the government doesn't think these individuals can are self-sustaining, okay? Maybe because they have access benefits, okay? And we're going to talk about which benefits apply here. But just to give you a quick update in terms of how many people have been denied so far, what we do know is that between October of last year and July 29th, The State Department denied 5,343 Mexicans. Okay, this is Mexicans. The immigrant visa, denied the immigrant visa applications to these individuals from Mexico, compared with only 7 denials in 2016, which President Obama, he was in the White House at that time. So we're talking 7 people were denied in 2016 from Mexico, compared with over 5,000 that was denied between October and July. Okay, so that's a huge, huge, huge jump. And then also overall, taking everybody into consideration, or all countries into consideration, or nationalities into consideration, 12,179 visa rejections occurred during that same time period. So as you can see, the government is using this issue of public charge to deny people of their immigrant visa, okay, or the green card. So this rule that was by the government is expected to impact, friends, nearly 400,000 immigrants, okay? 383,000 people is what I've seen in my research so far. So this is big, it's big news. And so let's talk about USCIS's announcement about this public charge issue, because some of you are out there and you know that you have accessed some benefits, right? And so you're very concerned about what that means for you in terms of being eligible to either apply for a green card, or to adjust your status, obviously, or to change your status, or to extend your stay here in the United States. So I need you to listen carefully to what I'm about to share, and I want you to share this video with your feed as well, because if you're in this situation, chances are other people are out there in your feed, right, who needs this information. So here's what the government said today in its announcement, called USCIS announces final rule enforcing long-standing public charge inadmissibility law. Now, first thing that you should know is that the government is putting in place, and I don't know specifically the terms of how this is going to work yet. I'm going to have to dive into the rule, but they're putting in place a bond, B-O-N-D, okay? A public charge bond for those who are seeking to adjust their status, okay? They're putting in place this bond, and the minimum bond amount is $8,100. But the announcement says the actual bond amount will be dependent on the individual's circumstances. So the government is going to look at the totality of circumstances, age, background, all sorts of stuff, all sorts of factors, I should say, to determine what your bond amount could potentially be. And yes, you heard me correctly. I said bond. B-O-N-D. Thank you guys for commenting below. I cannot monitor all of your comments as I'm doing this video, but please go ahead and comment. I'm going to review them after this, and I will be responding to some of your comments. Okay, go ahead and comment below. Thank you very much for doing so. Now, what else does this announcement say? It says that public charge is now defined in this final rule to mean an individual who receives one or more designated public benefits for more than 12 months in the aggregate within any 36-month period, okay? It defines the benefits that is part of this whole public charge inadmissibility ground, okay? And so if you have received cash benefits to maintain your income, to help you maintain your income, right? Cash benefits. Or if you've received SSI, supplemental security income, or TANF, temporary assistance to needy family. Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, SNAP, okay? And then it also says, friends, it says most forms of Medicaid, okay? And certain housing programs are part of this public charge definition. So this is, this is interesting because, quite a bit of people may have accessed one or two of these benefits, okay? So we're going to talk a little bit more about who it specifically applies to and who it does not apply to, okay? Now, the type of government programs that are excluded from the public benefits definition are the following. First of all, individuals who are in the military, who are serving in active duty or in the ready reserve component of the U.S. Armed Forces. They're excluded from this, and their spouses and children are also excluded from this. Okay, now what's also excluded is public benefits that are received by certain international adoptees and children acquiring U.S. citizenship. What's also excluded, Medicaid for aliens under 21 and pregnant women, okay? Also excluded, Medicaid for school-based services, and also Medicaid benefits for emergency medical services, excluded. So what I just went through with you are those benefits that people may have access that's excluded from the definition of public benefits or public charge, okay? It's not included. Okay, now let's go on. What else does the USCIS announcement say about this issue? The regulation does not, it says the regulation does not apply to folks who have who are seeking an immigration benefit based on a humanitarian program. For example, people who are considered refugees under our law, asylees, special immigrant juveniles, people who are victims of trafficking, okay, or you're a victim of crime, certain qualifying crimes, okay, or you're a victim of domestic violence, among others. That's what the announcement says, among others. Don't know who those others are right now, but if you're seeking a humanitarian-based benefit, okay, or a benefit based on humanitarian needs, you're basically excluded from this. It does not apply to you. Okay, I've mentioned the fact that there will be a bond that the government will set up for those who are specifically seeking adjustment of status. Okay, and the minimum bond amount is $8,100. I don't know how that's going to be structured yet. I have to do a little bit more reading. Again, the rule is 837 pages, okay? So there's a lot to unpack here. I mentioned at the top of this video, I believe that this applies to people who are seeking a green card, or if you're seeking to change your status from one non-immigrant visa status to another, or if you're seeking to extend your stay. This includes you as well. Now, who else does it not include? Now, I jumped over to the rule, friends, and I just read the first 2 pages, just the first 2 pages. And on page 2 of the actual rule, it says it does not apply to U.S. citizens, even if the U.S. citizen is related to an alien subject to the public charge ground of inadmissibility. So if it's your wife who's an immigrant seeking to adjust her status, and you as the husband, you're a U.S. citizen and you have accessed public benefits during the course of your time as a U.S. citizen, it does not apply to you, okay? Even though maybe your wife had sought benefits as well. It applies to her, okay? But it does not apply to the U.S. citizen, okay? It also, the rule also says that the public benefit must have been received directly by the alien and for the alien's benefit, okay? Meaning that the alien is a beneficiary of that benefit. Some of you may be saying, well, your situation may look like this. you have a child, a US citizen child, and you access food stamps, you've accessed certain other benefits, TANF, maybe you're getting cash assistance, you know, so the question is, who is the beneficiary of the benefit? Is it the child or is it you? If it's your US citizen child, that's not an issue, but if you're the beneficiary, then that's going to be a problem, okay? The rule says DHS will not consider public benefits received on behalf of another. DHS also will not attribute receipt of a public benefit by one or more members of the alien's household to the alien unless the alien is also listed as beneficiary of the public benefit. So again, that summarizes what I just shared with you, that you have to be the direct beneficiary of that, that benefit. So that's where we are today in terms of my understanding of public benefits. Based on the announcement that the government has issued, it is going to impact quite a bit of people. Here's what I did not say. It goes into effect in 60 days. So we're talking about sometime in October, right? Now, the thing is that various organizations, nonprofits have announced, to my knowledge, they've announced that they will file a lawsuit to challenge the implementation of certain aspects of the public charge rule that was issued today. So who knows, you know, you guys have been following developments since President Trump took office, and you see that sometimes these groups are very successful in stopping or pausing for a brief moment certain changes until the court decides ultimately whether the government had overreached its powers or not. So I don't know how this is going to be resolved. Chances are, who knows, they may be successful in getting an injunction to temporarily stop the implementation of this rule or aspects of this rule until the court rules. So if that happens, obviously I'll try my best to update you on those developments. But this, that you should be concerned, okay? You should be concerned if you are seeking to get a green card or seeking to extend your stay here or change your status, and you've sought those benefits that I discussed earlier, it may impact you. It may impact you in a real way. So that is public charge. That is the issue of the day. Friends, comment below and tell me what questions you have about this. Perhaps I'll cover it in my next video as well, but I will be reviewing your comments. Thanks very much for watching. Subscribe to McBean Immigration Law TV and get on my email list. The link is in this, this post. Get on it so that you can get more free tips and tools from me. Thanks so much for following, and go ahead and give me some likes and thumbs ups and share this video with others. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.